Frozen is such a masterpiece, but did you know that the original ending of the film was significantly different from what audiences saw on screen? In this alternate version, Anna and Elsa were not portrayed as sisters, but rather as two completely unrelated individuals. This unexpected twist would have surely surprised viewers, as it goes against the established narrative of their close bond and sisterly love. The film's plot would have taken an even darker turn, with a prophecy foretelling that a ruler with a frozen heart would bring destruction upon the kingdom of Arendelle. However, the creative team ultimately decided to deviate from this more conventional ending and opted for the heartwarming and unconventional story of sisterhood that captivated audiences worldwide. This decision proved to be a wise one, as Frozen went on to become a massive success, grossing over $1 billion at the box office. In the early drafts of the movie, Elsa was initially portrayed as a more traditional villain, drawing inspiration from the works of Hans Christian Andersen and conforming to the typical archetype of Disney's female antagonists. Interestingly, Anna and Elsa were not portrayed as sisters, but rather as two distinct individuals with contrasting personalities. Elsa's character was portrayed as a woman who had been jilted at the altar, leading her to freeze her heart and become incapable of experiencing love. This plotline, although familiar and predictable, lacked the excitement and freshness that the final version of the story eventually brought to audiences. The creative team shared a similar sentiment, as they all agreed that there was a problem. They felt that the story they had come up with seemed familiar and lacked originality. This lack of satisfaction stemmed from the fact that they couldn't form an emotional connection with Elsa. Throughout the entire movie, she was portrayed as the villain, which made it difficult for the audience to care about her. As a result, the characters in the film didn't resonate with the viewers, making it harder for them to relate to the story. However, despite the film's plot twists, it becomes evident that Elsa is not the true antagonist. Rather, it is the narcissistic Prince Hans who takes on this role. In the original ending, Elsa unleashes a formidable army of snow monsters, while Kristoff, in a moment reminiscent of Han Solo's heroism, rushes to Anna's rescue. However, the treacherous Hans emerges, revealing his deceitful nature and his complete disregard for anyone other than himself. In a shocking turn of events, Hans triggers a colossal avalanche, displaying a callousness that disregards the potential harm it could cause to Anna and the entire kingdom of Arendelle. It becomes clear that the prophecy was never about Elsa, but rather about Hans, a heartless man with a frozen soul. However, it is through Anna's persuasive efforts that Elsa is convinced to save the kingdom, leading to a heartwarming transformation as Elsa's icy heart thaws, allowing her to experience love once again. While the ending of the story is undeniably heartwarming, it falls short in capturing the powerful impact of Frozen's exceptional narrative of sisterhood. Frozen stands out as a rare gem in its portrayal of women at the forefront, where their connections are not solely dependent on male characters, but rather on the unyielding strength of their bond with each other. This unique dynamic adds a layer of depth and complexity to the story, making it a truly remarkable experience. One of the key elements that Chris Buck incorporated into most versions of the film was a pivotal moment where Anna's heart became frozen and required thawing. Chris questioned whether it was necessary for true love's kiss to always be the solution to this problem, or if there could be an alternative approach. He also challenged the conventional trope of a male character rescuing a female character, wondering if there could be a different dynamic at play. These thoughts ultimately led to a different ending for the film, as Elsa and Anna are now revealed to be related. Elsa harbored her own fears, and it was Anna who stepped up to save the day by rescuing her sister. It was Anna's selfless act that ultimately thawed Elsa's heart, adding a layer of depth and complexity to the story. However, the decision to make them sisters served a dual purpose. Not only did it provide them with a fresh perspective on the character, but it also added a layer of complexity to her personality, allowing for a deeper understanding. By delving into their sisterly bond, the story gains more intricate details and depth, ultimately enriching the overall narrative. Del Vecchio explains that by establishing a connection between the two characters, it sparked the idea of portraying Elsa as someone who lives in constant fear of her own powers. This concept revolves around the notion of her being afraid of her true identity and the potential harm she could cause to her loved ones. Consequently, This decision allowed for the development of Anna as a character driven by love, while Elsa became a multidimensional and sympathetic character driven by fear. This shift from the conventional good versus evil theme to a more relatable one of love versus fear added depth and complexity to the story. Ultimately, the central premise of the movie became the idea that love triumphs over fear, highlighting the strength and power of love. And that's the video. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed it, please consider subscribing as it greatly supports the growth of the channel. See you in the next one. Take care.